Para. Sir, a little over a month ago, I had presented in the last session of the second Lok Sabha the statement of the estimated receipts and expenditure of the Government of India and obtained a vote on account. Today I arise to request this House to consider and approve these estimates with a few small variations, which I shall explain later. For the year as a whole, when presenting the interim budget, I had reviewed the economic conditions in the year 1961-62. I had referred to the sizable increases in production, both industrial and agricultural, the restoration of a measure of stability in the price level, the favorable trends in external aid for the fulfillment of our plan, as well as the seriousness of our foreign exchange situation. It is not my intention to cover the same ground again, as there is relatively little that is new, which I can add to what I said in my budget speech last month and to what has been stated more fully in the economic survey, both of which are being circulated with the budget papers today. For more than a decade now, economic policy in the country has been geared to the implementation of successive 5 years plan of development. In retrospect, the first 5-year plan seems to have been a modest affair, but it laid the foundation of further effort. We launched on a bigger and bolder program in our second plan, with its emphasis on the development of basic and heavy industries. Though we faced many difficulties, particularly foreign exchange difficulties, in its implementation, there is no doubt that the Indian economy has emerged greatly strengthened by it. Indeed, the success of our efforts seems to have led to a worldwide recognition of the value of planning as an instrument for the uplift of the less developed countries. Para. Our third plan, which was launched a year ago, aims at raising our national income in real terms by some 30% over the 5 years. It also has to take us appreciably closer to the objective of a self-generating economy, which can continue to develop at a satisfactory rate without external aid. The plan envisages an outlay of Rs 7,500 crores in the public sector. This figure is about two-thirds higher than the corresponding one for the second plan. The total investment of Rs 10,400 crores that we seek to achieve during the third plan equals the actual investment undertaken during the first two plan periods put together. Even with this increase in the size of our plan, we are unable to accommodate all the legitimate aspirations of our people for more schools and roads, for more power and drinking water, for more transport and employment opportunities. Many worthwhile and desirable projects, both public and private, cannot be taken up because we could not make provision for them in our plan for lack of resources. It is therefore of the greatest importance that we should do everything possible to mobilize and harness the resources which will help us to reach the goals that we as a nation have set for ourselves. The most critical shortage which we face and which operates as a major limiting factor in everything that we do is of external resources. The economic survey has dwelt at length on our difficult foreign exchange position during the first year of the third plan. Despite the availability of substantial external assistance and the assurance of aid to cover a large part of our project requirements, the ways and means position in regard to foreign exchange remains acutely difficult. Our foreign exchange reserves have declined to very low levels, and the need for conserving foreign exchange by the strictest watch on imports and by limiting our demands within the resources in sight is greater than ever today. Beyond a point, however, economy in imports of essential requirements becomes self-defecting in that it inhibits domestic production, raises prices, and in consequence leads to a fall in exports. Further shortages in the key sectors cannot but weaken and slow down our plan. Stop.